Alright. One more thing to do on this machine before I get to fixing the box up, the case it came in. And go around and do the little odds and ends. So, first, the belt here was pretty mildewed, so I just got a replacement. They're easy to change on these. So it just goes around there, and is that loose? Nope. That is not loose. So loosen this motor mount. It slides up there. It should slide. If it's all the way up, yeah, the belt just stretches, it just goes over the end of the motor there. And then to tension this, you don't want it to be super tight, so I'm not actually putting a lot of pressure on here. I'm just mostly I'm twisting the bracket a little bit because it's got this sliding bar here, so just giving it a little push, twisting that bracket a little bit to make sure it's loose, and then you can see it's got a lot of room, pretty good room to deflect there. So the tighter you make that bracket, the shorter your belt life is going to be. It also puts a strain on the motor that you don't want. So tighten that up. Oh, that actually over tightened. I guess I'll lift this up a little bit. Missed the mark again. There we go. That's kind of in the middle. So the first time I got it, I was looking here, and the belt was so tight that when I pushed on it, it felt incredibly tight and didn't want to deflect any. The second time, it had a big loop on the motor side, so it wouldn't be in the motor pulley at all. So this time is pretty good. A little bit of deflection there. It's not pulled so tight into the pulley there. So now swap ends here, and into throw a needle in, and I'm checking this needle over to see if it got rusty, and then let's see now. This machine has got the side bobbin, so the flat for the needle goes to the inside of the machine. There's a flat here. I just lift the needle up as far as it goes into the holder, tighten it down, and there's a lot of oil coming out there. We got the front panel for the bobbin race, the hook, the bobbin case. That bobbin's empty, so shut that off because there's already going to be weird lighting in there. So to fit this in place, tip that up. There. Now we can see in there. Alright, so this is our bobbin hook, or our thread hook. It just fits against this other side here, and then this retainer clips like that. And whenever I'm reviving a machine, I always end up over oiling a little bit, and then I run it without. I run it for a bit without any material going through it because I've cleaned all the material out of it, and that gives it a chance to get the oil around, but also doesn't have a chance for that extra oil to collect. Fuzz and stuff into the machine. So we got this in place, power on there. That's interesting. The light goes out when the pedal gets pushed. It runs with the light off. That's an interesting thing. Let's turn our zigzag on. Alright. This adjuster knob is what sets the zigzag width. Huh. Alright, well. There we go. Well, it ran pretty good here. Got all the parts together. Next we'll work on that case, and then I'll wipe a bunch of the extra oil off of it before I test sew with anything. So like I said, I put the extra oil in to get it worked in when there's a problem like this, but then you got to remove a lot of that excess oil because it will pick up fuzz and stuff and cause buildup, and that of course is really bad for your machine. But step one is extra oil to get the rust and crud out, and then after you get the rust and crud out, you can get rid of the extra oil that's taken the rust out and work on sewing with it. So I think next is going to be work on the case.